Welcome to Social Media Next. We're at the Intercontinental Century City Hotel in Hollywood on Avenue of the Stars. Our informative and engaging event is a collaborative effort between the European American Enterprise Council and iHollywood. You'll hear interviews with some of the directors and panelists, presented by San Diego French Chamber of Commerce member and recording artist Brigitte McDonald.
Here I am with Sebastien Torres, who is the president of the European American Enterprise Council, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the exciting conference today.
We decided to organize an event on social media. It's been organized by the European American Enterprise Council and iHollywood, which is our partner tonight. It looks like we're going to have a great attendance, expecting about 100 persons. Also, the quality of the speakers is really amazing. In terms of the expertise, in terms of their stories, and it's going to last for 3 hours, so it's going to be a great event. And between a workshop, a panel, definitely the buffet, and in a great place, which is the Intercontinental Hotel.
Looks like a beautiful event with wonderful members of huge companies from around Hollywood, right? Some of the biggest entertainment companies and TV stations and radio stations. So a lot of glitterati here today. All around social media and the advantages that it can bring to your businesses. So,
thank you.
Thank you. Marieke, tell us a little bit about what you're doing here today and why social networking is important for businesses worldwide.
I'll talk about social media strategies and how you can use it as a business and utilize it to grow your business. I think social media has a lot of opportunity. Social media is basically just a communication tool. Like a telephone is, or the radio or TV. But social media is still new for a lot of people, and they think people spend a lot of time on social media, but they don't always see the results that social media can generate. And I'm here to basically share some of the results that we can generate through social media.
Very encouraging messages. I heard recently that about half of California is on Facebook. So if that's not an opportunity, I don't know what is.
Exactly.
Well, we look forward to hearing your talk later. Thank you. Here I am with Yacine Baroudi. He's the Chief Engagement Officer at FasTake.com. And he's going to tell us a little bit about what he's going to talk about today and what's exciting about the conference.
Well, the conference is indeed very exciting, Brigitte. Thanks for having me. We have a great attendee list, people from all over, from the entertainment industry, from the gaming industry, and today we're going to be talking about obviously social media and how it's impacting marketing and branding on a global level. Specifically, since the event is sponsored by the European American Enterprise Council, we're trying to build bridges with Europe and really carve out and understand what the differences are and what we can learn from each other.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about FasTake.
So FasTake, we're a new media agency. We help businesses to leverage social media in their marketing activities. We also have a platform that helps them kind of achieve the end goal of social media, which is engagement, and that platform does that through crowdsourcing.
Super. Well, that should be a wonderful talk. You're one of our panelists today, so we look forward to hearing to it.
I look forward to it.
So I'm the president of EAEC. EAEC is the European American Enterprise Council. It's been created this year. The idea is to bridge opportunities between the two continents, the old continent and the new continent, as we used to say. We decided to do that event tonight because we think it's definitely it's more than just a buzz, it's a reality, social media, and that we thought it was time to discuss more about the reality of social media and talk about global marketing and how we see it every day when we bring European companies to the US, how social media really helps them introduce their products, their services, create some visibility that they would have never had a chance before to create. Not just through a website, obviously, social media create the dialogue, the engagement that you need to introduce your products. So we thought it was a perfect mix to talk a little more than just social media and marketing, but talk about real branding, launching products through social media.
So you gotta do a little bit of consumer
Another
shopping.
one that you might want to look at if you're looking at kind of managing all your social networks in one place is one called objectivemarketer.com. It's one that I discovered through Guy Kawasaki, which was a Apple fellow investor / etc. And it's very good because it allows you to connect with not only your Facebook profile, but with your Facebook page, your LinkedIn profile, your Twitter account. Also connects with your Google Analytics, which allows you to kind of measure the impact of the different campaigns that you run.
Now, it seems to me one thing that's interesting about this is it changes the way you do advertising in traditional media. You know, you're putting an ad on a TV show, but then you've got to be able to interact with the ad as much as you do with the content.
I'm here with David Bloom, who's a partner in Thinkasm and Words and Deeds, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he does and what he brought and got out of the conference today.
Words and Deeds is my firm that handles social media and media relations strategy for companies trying to figure out how to tell their story. That's the biggest challenge. I really think in this era we have lots of new tools and platforms to tell our story, but companies don't always know what that story is they want told, and they don't know how to tell it. They don't know how to tell it in both traditional media relations and marketing as well as social media. So I help them kind of integrate those things and put that together. Thinkasm is a digital media consulting company. We work with companies trying to figure out where in the space between content creators and consumers, and there's a lot of different sectors in there, where their company fits, what their partners might be, mergers and acquisitions, other kinds of issues like that. We don't have a textbook written yet. If it's been written, it's been torn out 3 or 4 times, pretty much on a weekly basis. And so what we heard today was 3 really good high-level guys who work with very big brands in the studio business, in consumer packaged goods, in the automotive industry and beyond, saying that A, there's a lot of interest in this stuff, B, there's a lot of unknowns still, C, the big brands are scared to death of it, but D, know they need to be there. And I think that kind of covers the waterfront in terms of what they're dealing with. But, you know, we need to understand how important this is. I tell people that every company is now a content creation company. Every company is a media company now. It's not just CBS and Warner Brothers. It's Procter & Gamble, and it's Budweiser, and it's Chevrolet. And it's a whole bunch, it's the local cleaner. I mean, everybody's creating material, they're putting it up on the web, everybody's a content creator, everybody's a content consumer. And so there's this big conversation it's going on, and you need to figure out how to be part of it.
And what's exciting is it's showing that the democratization of media and conversations is actually one of the biggest supporters of commerce in our day and age, right?
There's a lot of evidence, I mean, it's still evolving, that those folks who are actively involved in that conversation, actively connecting with their consumers, actively interacting back and forth with them, are seeing much better returns, much better profits. Now, it's hard, and I will freely admit this, it's difficult to say, I did this tweet and therefore I got 3.4% more business. But we know that those who are active tend to do better. So something's happening there. And part of that is you're building a relationship with the people who like your brand, who care about your brand, who come to find your brand and engage with it. And those are your super consumers, and you want to know those people, and you want to take care of those people, and you want to hear what they're talking about. So that's your opportunity.
And the trick is for people to feel like they're heard, and for there to be interaction and engagement, not just a passive one-way communication, right?
It's no longer broadcasting one way. This is it's not even a two-way conversation. It's a multi-way conversation. It's not top-down. It's horizontal. It's going on whether you're there or not. So you better figure out how to be part of it.
Mm-hmm. So where can we find Words and Deeds?
Well, you can find me on Twitter at David Bloom, just BLOOM. I'm also on Facebook, and I have a blog called Bloomsday, and I occasionally write there. And you'll find my stuff helping a lot of clients around the internet in ways that are probably a little more subtle, because that's my job.
I'm here with Michael Rice with McCann Erickson Los Angeles, and he just finished giving a wonderful panel.
So my role at McCann Erickson is to provide our clients with strategic insight into what's going on in technology, how they should be leveraging it, where they should focus, what's smart today, but what also might be interesting to do tomorrow, to be planning for those things. At the conference, what's been interesting today is just listening to people that are innovating technology, that are on that edge, that as a brand marketer, I'm always watching for the next thing, and want to make sure that I know what's coming and how to leverage it. So I love hearing about what new things and the new battles that people are fighting. And I typically have larger clients, so it's nice to hear what smaller companies are doing that are scrappy, that are trying to make a go at it, because those are some things that may flow up to the bigger brands and be smart for them to be doing as well.
And so what advice do you have for people trying to grow their businesses via social media today?
I just think you need to look at all of it as interconnected pieces. So it's not a Facebook strategy, it's not a Twitter strategy or Flickr. It's looking at how, if I want to engage people about what I'm selling or what I'm promoting, how many ways would they want to experience what I'm promoting? If it's a movie, how can I provide that to them in various ways that makes it entertaining? But give it to them in a way where they can share it. I think a lot of times marketers kind of put messages out there, push it to people for them to see it, and then they're stuck. They can't do anything with it other than comment to people about it. Well, I'd rather empower them with something they can share with others and say, look at this, or here's me experiencing this thing, and whatever it may be, so that it becomes more viral naturally. Like you're engaged, so you want to promote it. I don't have to make you, I don't have to sell you on doing it. I just give you the tools and you go do it. As a marketer, that's a huge win for me.
Great, well we've been lucky to have you today. I learned a lot at the seminar and was taking notes, and it's been nice to talk to you.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
This thing is fantastic. I'm really impressed with the two speakers so far. I think their ideas can provide all of us here with something positive to take home with us later.
Hi, I'm very happy to be here at the iHollywood Forum. This is Martin Liebig with Mo Boutique, and this is such a great evening.
So here we go, and we are wrapping off. Welcome to the Intercontinental Event.
I'm here with Zahava Stroud, who's the president of iHollywood Forum, and she's going to tell us a little bit about what she does.
Thanks for having me. We produce conferences and summits on how technology is transforming the entertainment industry. We do dinners, mixers, and conferences in San Francisco and LA, and we really like bringing together people from different sectors, like technology, investors, content owners, device makers, to talk about how together they can generate new forms of revenue.
Well, we've had a great time at the conference today, so thank you for putting this on, and we can find out more information about you at iHollywood Forum?
Yeah, our website is iHollywoodforum.com, and our next two events, October 5th and 6th in San Francisco, we have a mobile apps summit all about how to make money from mobile apps for any kind of brand or content owner, and a summit called Social TV and Commerce on how to make money from social media. And everything we do focuses on how to generate revenue.
Awesome. Well, I'm sure we can get a lot of good tips. So thank you for speaking with us today.
Go to technology gatherings to see who actually knows how to turn off the projector or connect it. It's kind of dismaying that most of us actually weren't in the AV club after all. I'd like to bring out our panelists, Adrian, who did some of the
Special thanks to Dana Abram, founder, Voice Variations. This video is brought to you by Bionic Sisters Productions.